Little Red is alive, warming moments. However, the film was never released to the public and remains a lost film. The film was directed by David Lynch, who was well and white, and it features a strong cast of actors including Winona Ryder, Angelina Jolie, and Keira Knightley. The film was intended to be a musical, but it was never released with any songs. The film was a commercial failure and was never released to theaters. It was also a critical failure, and it received negative reviews from most critics. Despite this, the film is still beloved by many fans of Disney and fairy tale films. The film's failure was partly due to the success of the live-action Charlotte's Web in 2006. Charlotte's Web was a major hit and was a bigger success than the original animated film. This success likely had an impact on the film's release, as Disney may have chosen to focus their resources on Charlotte's Web instead of Little Red. I first heard about the film Little Red when I was researching for my channel. I was intrigued by the fact that the film was a lost film and that it had such a colorful cast of actors. I was also intrigued by the fact that the film had never been released to the public. I decided to make a video about the film and the interesting history behind it. The film was originally conceived in the late 1980s and was intended to be a musical. David Lynch was chosen to direct the film due to his unique vision. The film was shot on location in a small town in the United States, and the cast was made up of both Hollywood stars and local actors. The film was completed in 1994, but it was never released to the public. It remains a lost film and is only available in bootleg copies. The film's soundtrack was composed by James Horner, who is known for his work on many popular films, including Avatar and Titanic. The film's visual effects were created by Industrial Light Magic, which is a well-known special effects company that has worked on many popular films, including the Star Wars films and the Lord of the Rings films. The film's costumes and props were made by a variety of designers, including Janet Patterson, who is known for her work on many popular films, including The English Patient. Yes, that's true. I attended a special screening of the film in 2005, just a few days before the film's planned release date. The screening was held at a small theater in Hollywood, and it was attended by a small group of people, including a few members of the press. The screening was a private event, and only a few people were allowed to attend. I was one of the lucky few who got to see the film. I was able to watch the film from start to finish, and I was blown away by the quality and production value of the film. The film was extremely well made and was a pleasure to watch. The visuals and the soundtrack were breathtaking, and I could tell that a lot of effort had gone into making the film. The man who directed the film was David Lynch, who is a well-known filmmaker known for his surrealistic style of filmmaking. He was also one of the producers of the film. The producers who talked to the audience in the screening room were very enthusiastic about the film and how much effort had been put into making it. They were also very excited to share the film with the audience and to get their feedback. The producers were very passionate about the film and its message, which was a dark and edgy version of the classic fairy tale Little Red Riding Hood. They were also very enthusiastic about the visuals and the soundtrack, which were both very well made. They were very eager to share the film with the audience and to hear their feedback. The director thanked the people who worked on the film, including the cast, the crew, and the designers. He also thanked the audience for coming to see the special event. He said that it was a privilege to have the chance to share the film with such a passionate and interested audience. Yes, that's true. The director did ask the audience to remain silent and did not record the film because of copyright. He also asked them not to block the screen when going through the wrong door to use the restroom. The director was very passionate about the film and the message it was trying to convey. He was also very concerned about copyright issues and the potential for the film to be leaked to the public. He wanted to ensure that the film was only seen by the audience at the screening, and he didn't want it to be pirated or leaked to the public. Yes, that's correct. The director thanked the audience for coming to the screening and enjoying the film. The screen went dark, and the film began to play. The audience sat in silence as they watched the film. Yes, the movie starts with the classic Walt Disney logo of the real-life CGI castle with the Disney theme playing in the background. Yes, the song When You Wish Upon a Star was played during the opening credits of the film. The song was a classic Disney song, and it was an appropriate choice for the opening credits. Yes, after the Disney logo, the forest music starts to play in the background. The forest music is very intense and is very loud. Yes, the movie starts with two hunters coming out of a bush to hunt the dreaded wolves. The hunters are armed with rifles and are looking for the wolves to kill them. The hunters are looking for the wolves in the forest. They walk through the forest and eventually come across a den. They prepare to attack the den and the wolves inside it. The hunters approach the den and are met by the wolves. The wolves are surprised and startled by the hunters. The wolves are ready to defend their den and their territory. Yes, that's true. The hunters saw the wolves and agreed that they should tell the mayor of their village about the wolves. They decided that it would be best to inform the mayor and let the mayor deal with the wolves. That's true. Hunter 1 blew a loud horn that alerted everyone that the wolves were back. The mayor and the other villagers heard the horn and immediately began to panic. Yes. Next it shows what seems to be Little Red's house. Little Red is home, and she is unaware of the danger that is coming her way. After Little Red's house is shown, the movie cuts to the hunters. The hunters are preparing to attack the wolves, and they have their rifles ready. Yes, that's right. Little Red was drawing in her room and she was unaware of what was going on. Her mom comes into the room and tells Little Red that they should go downstairs because the wolves are coming. The conversation between Little Red and her mom is as follows. Little Red's mom: Little Red, the wolves are coming. Little Red: What? What do you mean? Little Red's mom: The wolves are back and they're coming to our village. Little Red: Oh no, what should we do? Little Red's mom sighs and then tells her that her grandmother is sick and that she will have to go in the woods to get some herbs. Little Red: But what about the wolves? Little Red's mom: Don't worry, Little Red. I will take care of them. Just go get the herbs for your grandmother. Little Red's mom warns her about the wolves and to never approach them. Little Red's mom. Little Red, I'm going to warn you now. The wolves are dangerous and you should never approach them. I want you to stay away from the woods and to not go near the wolves. The next conversation. Yes, that's correct. The next conversation shows Little Red singing a song as the title of the movie shows on the screen. Little Red. There once was a girl named Little Red. Wolf. The wolf was hunting her for his dinner. Little Red. Little Red was running away. Wolf. The wolf was following her with his paws. Little Red. Little Red ran through the woods and was hiding. Wolf. The wolf was getting closer and closer. The title of the movie, Little Red, is in a very dark and ominous red tone. The title Little Red is in a very dark and ominous red tone because it sets the tone for the film. The title suggests that the film will be a dark and sinister version of the classic fairy tale Little Red Riding Hood. After the title shows, Little Red hears a breathing noise. Little Red is hiding in the woods, and she hears a strange breathing noise that she cannot identify. She is very scared and she tries to find the source of the noise. Little Red is very scared and she tries to hide from the breathing noise. She is alone in the woods and she is feeling very vulnerable. She tries to find the source of the noise and she tries to stay as quiet as possible. Little Red is hiding in the woods and she hears a breathing noise coming from somewhere nearby. She is very scared and she tries to find the source of the noise. As she is searching, a wolf pops out and pretends to be scary. The wolf makes loud growling noises and tries to scare Little Red. The conversation between the wolf and Little Red is as follows. Wolf. Woo! Little Red. Ah! Wolf. I'm going to eat you. Little Red. No, please don't eat me. Wolf. I'm so hungry. I can't wait to have a big meal. Little Red. Please don't eat me. I'm just a little girl. Wolf. I don't care. You look very tasty and I'm going to eat you right now. The wolf continues to make loud growling noises and gets closer to Little Red. Little Red is very scared and she tries to run away, but the wolf is faster than her. Little Red runs as fast as she can, but the wolf is right behind her. Little Red finally got the courage to tell the wolf that she was scared of him at first, but she wasn't anymore. The wolf was surprised that Little Red was no longer afraid of him, and he was curious to know why. Here is the conversation between Little Red and the wolf. Wolf. Why aren't you afraid of me anymore? Little Red. I realized that you weren't really going to eat me, and that you were just trying to scare me. Wolf. I guess I was just playing a little game with you. Little Red. I thought you were a big and scary wolf, but now I see that you're not so bad. Wolf. So we're friends now? Little Red suddenly felt bad for the wolf. She realized that the wolf wasn't really trying to eat her, and that he was just playing a game with her. Little Red felt bad for calling the wolf a big and scary wolf, and she felt bad for being afraid of him. Little Red noticed that the villagers were scared of the wolves except her. She was the only one who was not afraid of the wolves. The villagers told Little Red that the wolves were very dangerous and that they should avoid them at all costs. The conversation between Little Red and the villagers is as follows. Little Red. But why are you so afraid of the wolves? I'm not afraid of them at all. Villager. The wolves are very dangerous, and they have been known to attack humans. Little Red. But I'm not afraid of them and they haven't attacked me. The conversation between Little Red and her mom and dad is as follows. Little Red. Mommy, I'm not afraid of the wolves. Mom. But we told you that the wolves are very dangerous. Dad. Yes, Little Red, you should be afraid of the wolves. The conversation between Little Red and her parents continues. Little Red. But I'm not afraid of them. They haven't hurt me, and I think they're really cute. Dad. Little Red, you shouldn't be playing with the wolves. They're not safe. Little Red. But they're friendly. I'm not afraid of them. The script of everyone yelling as the same wolf Little Red saw entered the village is as follows. Little Red, Mommy, Daddy, the wolf came back. Mom, what? No, that's not possible. The wolves are gone. Dad, Little Red, are you sure that it's the same wolf? Little Red, yes, I'm sure it's the same wolf. He's right there. The conversation between Little Red and the village people who disbelieve her is as follows. Little Red, I'm not lying. The wolf is right there. Villager, Little Red, you must be seeing things. There is no way that the wolves would come back. Little Red, but I'm telling you, I saw the wolf. The conversation between Little Red and the village people continues. Villager, Little Red, you're just a child. You're probably just imagining things. Little Red, but I'm not imagining things. I really saw the wolf. The conversation between Little Red and her mom about friendly wolves not existing is as follows. Little Red, Mommy, the wolf is friendly. Mom, no, Little Red, that's not possible. Wolves are dangerous and they will never be friendly. The conversation between Little Red talking to herself is as follows. Little Red, but the wolf seemed so friendly, and he didn't want to hurt me at all. I know that he's a big and scary wolf, but he's not a bad wolf. He's actually a very nice wolf. The conversation between Little Red talking to herself continues. Little Red, but the other villagers won't believe me. They'll just think that I'm crazy or something. They'll never understand that the wolf was just being friendly. Little Red saw big feet that might be the wolf. She was very scared and she hid behind a tree. She watched as the big feet moved past her, and she could hear the wolf breathing. The wolf did not see Little Red, and she was able to stay hidden. The conversation between Little Red talking to herself, telling herself that she's just seeing things and that giants don't exist, is as follows. Little Red, I must be seeing things. I can't possibly be seeing a giant. Giants don't exist. They're just a story that people tell. But that foot looked very big, and I could hear the wolf breathing. Little Red started to doubt herself and wonder if she really did see a giant. She tried to convince herself that she was just seeing things, but she couldn't stop herself from feeling scared. Little Red sees a footprint, and then she sees a frightened bird who saw the footprint too. Little Red was very shocked by the footprint, and she was confused about what it could mean. The bird was also frightened, and it was trying to fly away from the footprint. The footprint looked very big and very deep, and it seemed like something very The conversation between Little Red and the frightened bird is as follows. Little Red, what did you see? Frightened bird. I saw a big footprint. Little Red, a big footprint? Frightened bird. Yes, a big footprint. It was so big and deep. The conversation between Little Red and the frightened bird continues. Little Red, well, we should go back to our homes now. Frightened bird, okay, let's go. Little Red and the frightened bird start to walk away from the footprint, but they are still very nervous and afraid. The next scene takes place in the mayor's old raggy mansion. The mayor's mansion is very old and run down, and it is located in the middle of the woods. The conversation between the mayor and his servant about protecting their land is as follows. Mayor: We have to protect our land at all costs. We can't let the wolves come back. Servant: Yes, Mayor. We will protect the land at any cost. We'll make sure that the wolves can't get in. The mayor and his servant keep talking about protecting their land. They are very determined to protect the land from the wolves, and they will do whatever it takes to make sure the wolves don't come back. The mayor tells the servant to keep a sharp eye out for the wolves and to make sure the land is secure. The mayor and his servant keep talking about protecting their land, and they come up with a plan to protect it. The mayor tells the servant to stay alert and to keep a watch over the land at all times. The servant nods and agrees to keep watch over the land and to report back to the mayor if anything strange or unusual is happening. The mayor and his servant are talking about something else other than protecting their land. The mayor asks the servant to keep an eye on Little Red and to make sure that she is safe. The servant nods and agrees to keep an eye on Little Red and to make sure she is safe. Little Red's mom is sitting at the table, and she has a very scared look on her face. She tells Little Red that she has been looking all over for her and that she was worried about her. The conversation between Little Red's mom and Little Red is as follows. Little Red's mom: I was so worried about you, Little Red. I looked everywhere for you, and I was so scared that something had happened to you. Little Red: I'm sorry, Mommy. I didn't mean to make you worried. I just wanted to explore the woods and find the wolves. The conversation between Little Red's mom and Little Red continues. Little Red's mom: I'm glad that you're safe, Little Red, but you must never go into the woods alone again. Do you understand? The wolves are very dangerous, and you could have gotten hurt. The conversation continues with Little Red's mom taking her to bed. Little Red's mom: You need to get some rest, Little Red. It's very late, and I'm sure that you're very tired. Little Red: Okay, Mommy, can I ask you something? Mommy, why don't the villagers like the wolves? They're so big and strong and friendly. I think they're really cool. Little Red's mom: I know you think that the wolves are friendly, but they're very dangerous. They are predators, and they will not hesitate to hurt you if they get the chance. That's why the villagers don't like them. Little Red's mom explains to her that the wolves are predators and that they are not friendly at all. They are very dangerous, and they will hurt people if they get the chance. She tells Little Red that she should not go into the woods again, and that she should always stay away from the wolves. Little Red's mom turns out the light, and she leaves Little Red alone in her room. Little Red is left alone in the darkness, and she feels very scared. She is worried about the wolves and the other villagers, and she is very nervous. She is also thinking about the footprint she saw earlier, and she is wondering if the wolves are really that bad. Little Red is sobbing a little bit, and she feels very scared and alone. She is thinking about the footprint she saw earlier, and she is wondering if the wolves are really that bad. She is also thinking about the wolf that she saw in the woods, and she is wondering if he was really friendly like she thought. Little Red whispers to herself, and she is talking about going out and visiting the wolf in the middle of the night. She is scared, but she is also curious about the wolf, and she wants to see if he really is friendly. She is afraid of going out alone in the dark, but she decides that she's going to do it anyway. Little Red packs her stuff quietly, and she makes sure that she doesn't wake up her mom. She is scared to go out alone in the dark, but she's also very curious about the wolf. She thinks that maybe she was wrong and that maybe the wolves are not so bad after all. She is nervous and scared, but she is also determined to find out the truth about the wolves. Little Red calls the wolf's name, and she is very nervous and scared. She doesn't know what to expect, but she is determined to find out the truth about the wolves. She is calling the wolf's name, and she is waiting for the wolf to respond. The conversation with the wolf and Little Red is as follows. Little Red? Woo, wolf, 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 wolf. Little Red. Ooh. Little Red. I'm so happy to see you. I was so scared earlier, but now I know that you're really friendly. Wolf. Whoa! I'm happy to see you too, Little Red. I'm glad that you came back to visit me. Little Red and the wolf keep talking. Little Red, I'm so glad that you're friendly. Wolf! Woo! I'm glad that you're here, Little Red. You're the only one who's ever been nice to me. The long conversation between Little Red and the wolf goes on for a long time. Little Red, I'm so glad that you're friendly. Wolf? Whoa! I'm glad that you're here, Little Red. You're the only one who's ever been nice to me. Little Red, I know that the villagers are afraid of you, but I'm not afraid of you. Wolf. Woof. That's good to hear. I'm glad that you're not afraid of me. Suddenly, the screen fades to black, and the audience is confused. They are wondering why the story just stopped, and why the scene didn't continue. The director sadly said that they were having technical difficulties and that they couldn't continue the movie. He thanked everyone for coming and watching, and he apologized for the inconvenience. The audience clapped as the lights went on, and even I was confused. I didn't understand why the story just stopped, and I wondered what had happened. I was also curious about the ending, and I wanted to know what would happen next. I did a lot of things later that day at night. I stayed up late, and I was thinking about the story that I had seen in the movie theater. I was also thinking about the ending, and I was wondering what would have happened if the movie had continued. I was also thinking about the wolf, and I was wondering what he was doing at that time of night. Ever since that day, I have never seen the movie ever again. I have tried to find it, but I could not find it anywhere. It seems that the movie has been lost and forgotten, and I am not sure if it will ever be found again. I wish I could tell you more about the movie, but unfortunately I do not have any more information. All I can say is that it was a very interesting and entertaining movie, and I wish that I could find it again.